Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. You're watching this on Monday. I'm recording it on Friday before the weekend. So what I'm about to give you is probably old news, but, well, it is old news, but for anybody who may have missed it or looking for a quick summary, I just watched Donald Trump announce sanctions against China. So here is a quick summary of what he is doing. He is, well, it's not just China, he's terminating our relationship with the World Health Organization, which is really good. By the way, you can find, I'll try to provide a link, but you can listen to his whole speech where he gives the rationale for all the things that he is doing, but I just want to summarize briefly what he's doing. He's terminating the relationship with the World Health Organization. China pays about $40 million a year. We are paying about $450 million a year to the World Health Organization. That number is now zero. We have nothing to do with the World Health Organization anymore. Trump is going to use the money for other organizations who are not in thrall to China. That's number one. Number two, he's suspending the entry of certain Chinese nationals that we would consider security risks. What he's talking about is STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. In other words, technical students who are studying in our universities, gaining knowledge, number one, that they can take back to China, but more important, learning secrets, technology, and transmitting those to China. That's important because a writer made a point that it could be hurting us more to suspend these Chinese students because 90% of them stay in the United States after they complete their studies. That is a valid point, but while they are here, a number of them, there have been a couple recent arrests of Chinese nationals working in the United States but transmitting technological secrets back to China. In other words, spying or industrial spying, however you want to term it. So that is a danger that we have to avoid. That's number one. Number two, as another commentator pointed out, these universities, they turn down most of the applicants that they get for their, say, engineering programs, science programs. So there are Americans to take the places of these Chinese students who can no longer study in the United States. The only disadvantage, if you're a university, is that the Chinese students pay full tuition, and they pay the whole tuition, I understand, in cash. Well, too bad, universities, you have these enormous endowments. You can survive getting paid overtime or getting less than full tuition from scholarships or whatever reason. So I don't feel too sad about these universities suffering, especially, well, they could fire a lot of their top-heavy administrative staff, and they could fire some of these teaching assistants and require their tenured professors to get out there and teach classes. Some of them only teach one class a week or one class a semester, and they spend the rest of the time writing books and articles. So again, I don't care too much about what's happening to the universities. And these Chinese students can, if they want to, study literature or English, or I would say the United States form of government, our Constitution. That would be very helpful. So the Chinese students who want to study Shakespeare, they're welcome to do it, or Mark Twain or anybody, just not science, engineering, technology, or I can't hold this, or mathematics. Now I'll do it this way, or mathematics. The next thing that Trump has done, which is only fair, and I'm surprised that this was not a requirement before, we will now require Chinese companies wanting to list their stocks on the American stock exchanges to comply with our reporting requirements, which would seem logical and obvious to me, but apparently it wasn't, but now it is. If you're a Chinese company and you want to list on the American stock exchanges, take American investing money, investing funds, then you have to be as transparent about your business practices and your financial situation as an American company has to. I understand that we do make some exceptions for, say, companies like Nestle, which is a foreign company. We do make some exceptions, I understand, unless something has changed, but those are friendly democracies. We have no reason to do the same for China. And that brings us to the fourth thing that Trump is doing. He is, well, this is because of what China is doing in Hong Kong, crushing the freedoms of Hong Kong, violating the agreement by which Britain gave back Hong Kong, so-called one country, two systems. It looks like they are abrogating that agreement. Well, it doesn't look like. They're obviously doing it. So the Trump administration has said officially that there is no more one country, two systems. Hong Kong is no longer autonomous. It is fully under control of the Chinese government. Now, why that matters is because when we were, until today, treating China and Hong Kong as separate entities, is because we gave certain financial advantages that are not given to the mainland of China. That is off now. Hong Kong is from now on, or unless something changes with China, now being treated the same as China. There is no longer a distinction between the two countries. And you know what? That was the last item that I wanted to mention. I was planning, I had intended to give just a short list, just list these 4 bullet points, but it looks like I went on for a while. So today's subject is now tomorrow's subject, and what you just heard is today's subject. So I'll just say thanks for stopping by as always, and I would appreciate a thumbs up if you like this video, and sharing it with anybody you think would also like the video. Comments in the comments section. You can put questions, suggestions for future topics. I love getting new subscribers. And finally, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.
Today we found Corboy Bala, who invested his life savings into opening this sports bar, cleaning up. While our camera was there, looters came back to try to steal his safe.
Right, trying to steal the safe.
I don't know what we're gonna do. We worked so hard to get here. So hard.